Welcome to Flavor Square. Chef Joab, Georgia behind the camera, and Alyssa in the computer. From now on, Alyssa goes in it too. I said Alyssa goes in it too. What's going on, my peoples? Like always, easy recipe. Easy. We have pork loin. So on the pork loin, usually you have the pork loin that you know is all rounded and big. What I did on that is that I quarter it so I could make the loin the size that I wanted to. You want to grab my meat, George?
Pass.
Oh man. So yeah, we have some pork loin. We have kabocha squash, which is Japanese squash, aka Dominican auyama. This thing is all over the place in Dominican Republic. On the US, you have to pay $1.49 per pound. I don't know, to me it's super expensive. Because, I'm used to seeing it back home, everywhere. Anyways, so we're gonna sear these guys. Before I get into the searing, I wanna go ahead and start working on the puree that I'm gonna do that goes with it. So, we have 1.5 pounds of kabocha squash, which is this right here. You could Google it, you could see the whole squash. I left this piece so I can show you. So basically...
It looks like a green pumpkin.
Yes, but the pumpkin is sweeter than this one. That's basically the difference between the squash. You
know what this reminds me a lot of? Japanese sweet potatoes.
That it tastes like? Yeah, we mess around with the Japanese potato before.
Yeah, so it's like a mix between a chestnut, a boiled chestnut, and a Japanese sweet potato. I love it.
I'm not into chestnut. I don't like it. Anyways, you peel it, take the seeds out, dice it, in big chunks. When you boil it, they're going to become like this. It's something that cooks real fast. So, don't overcook it. If not, you're just going to have soup without any other ingredient on it. Okay, so I'm going to start, again, 1.5 pounds of squash, half of a small onion diced, 3 bacon strips, I chopped it, and what we're going to do, I'm going to start with the puree right away, and I'm going with the onion. Let me add the onion first. Go with the onion, and go ahead with the bacon right away. So I'm going to sweat the onions and the bacon. I'm going to render the fat while cooking the onions as well. In this case in particular, you don't have to sweat the onion, or you don't have to render the fat first from the bacon. Because I'm keeping the bacon on this recipe. I'm not going super duper fine dining and any of that stuff. Home cooking. Comfort food.
We stopped doing fine dining ever since all the chefs started giving back the Michelin stars.
Yeah.
We almost gave ours back.
Slowly start sweating your onions, rendering the fat at the same time from the bacon. Okay? You want that flavor.
Oh, man,
you want that smokiness on that puree.
That smells good.
We're just getting started. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of fat.
Let me.
How that smell, George? Tell me.
Smells good.
So yeah, you want that bacon there. So remember now, when you're cooking with bacon, so that means that you have to control the salt later on. You don't have to go crazy with the salt. Okay, George? Okay, so while that's going, let me heat up this pan where I'm gonna go with the pork loin. I have the 2 loins here, already portioned out. So you have to season this real good, okay? So salt.
You just said not to go crazy on the seasoning.
Different. I'm working on the meat right now, not on the puree. Okay, salt. Let me move this guy around. It's getting there. Almost there. Okay, so salt on the loin, fresh cracked pepper. Yeah, a lot of it. You have to do a lot. Okay, so this is seasoned now. George, I'm gonna come back to the puree. And that's where I wanted to be. So I'm adding the squash now. That's there. And work it. Make sure you mix everything in there. You're gonna add some pepper and a pinch of salt.
Damn, man.
It's okay. That's not a lot, remember. Now, with this, I have over here 1.5 cups of cream. I'm not gonna add all of it at once. I'm gonna add half of it, bring it to a simmer. Let me raise the, I'm gonna bring it to a simmer. I just want to make sure that I added enough cream just for the puree. I'm not making soup. Although you can make soup, you can add more to it, or just the 1 cup and add water to it, and you could make soup with it. Okay, so I'm gonna cook this. Now, going back to the squash, George, something I didn't tell them. The squash that we had, that I showed you earlier, the one that it was already diced, I cooked it. I cooked it for 5 minutes. I boiled it for 5 minutes. That's what I did with it. Okay?
And that has a nice Velveeta yellow color to it.
Yes, it does. That cheap stuff, Velveeta pasta.
This looks like Velveeta curry sauce.
So let me lower the temp now. Okay, so I'm going with the loin now. Oil. That's what you want. You want a hot pan, so when you sear, you get a nice sear on it. And put it away from you. You got your pork working now. Now pork, very important. Pork you have to cook well. You have to cook it at least 165 degrees. Okay, very important you guys do that. You have to make sure you give it a good sear. I'm gonna leave it there a little more. White loin. Loin is one of those part of the pork that it doesn't take long to cook. Any other parts, you know, pork butt, pork shoulder, it takes longer to cook.
4 words. The other white meat.
The other white meat, yes. I put it on the Vitamix. And we're going to blend it. Now, when you put it on the blender, don't blast it right away. Start slow, because if not, it's gonna seize and not everything is gonna blend. So you have to start slow with it. Very important you start slow with it. There you go. Okay, so you can take a look at the pork. That's looking good.
Now, this whole recipe started off is because John felt committed to give you guys a recipe for all the damn pumpkins that you guys have bought for Halloween.
Yeah.
But we figured pumpkin pie is something that...
I'm gonna go back there now. Let me tell them real quick. Make sure you sear all ends.
All around.
All around. Make sure you sear all around. You want to keep the juices inside the pork. So make sure you sear everything all around.
So make sure you have your ovens already on and preheated.
And I'm going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 5 to 6 minutes. Again, I want to reach 165 degrees on the pork. That's basically what I want to do. We're going back at it again. So again, I'm adding garlic. And we're going to baste. I'm adding the garlic, thyme, add a few cubes of butter. The reason why you want to do this is that you want to infuse flavors to the pork loin. So the perfect herb for the pork is thyme, not rosemary. Usually you see me working with a lot of rosemary, but not on the pork. Yes, sir. Man, I wish you were here, guys. Too bad I don't have like 20 seats in the audience, and I only have 2 loins. Anyways, if you guys were here, it's not enough, so.
You want to offer somebody your loins?
Yeah. You want some of my loins, George?
No, bro, I'll pass.
Why?
You just made this dish very unappetizing.
Shut up. Okay, so this is going in the oven. Okay? Leave those herbs in there. Leave the garlic as well. Go in the oven. Okay, so while that is in the oven,
Nipplage.
I'm going to work on the puree. So the puree is pretty much done. I'll show you guys exactly while we were disconnected. Where did I put that? Okay, here we go. Spoonie. This is your squash puree. Oh, great.
Let me clean that up for you, bro. Hold on.
Go ahead. Tell me how's that, George.
Yeah, let me go.
You see that, Alisa? All right, so I have my puree ready. And to garnish this, what I did with some of the squash, I have some, after I peeled it, I got some slices, some wedges. Let me clean this real good. I got some wedges. Let me show you guys. This is what I have.
Calabaza wedges.
So what's going to happen with that? Again, it's to garnish, you know. I'm going to roast them. I also have some dice. This is just the same process. I boiled them, but I didn't cook them all the way through. Only close to 85 to 90% cooked. I had this dish in the head from the day before yesterday when I went to Whole Foods, you know. So,
dude, you love Whole Foods, man.
I do. I was, you know me. I mean,
that's like.
Hold on, let me.
Whole Foods is like what Toys R Us is to kids. Whole Foods is to Joab.
Again, you just want to roast it.
Dude, today's my day because Alyssa's gonna eat pork and you're gonna eat calabaza.
I'm not eating
calabaza.
You want to send me to the hospital? Seriously, I'm not eating calabaza. Let me leave this soup for later because we're making soup with the leftovers of this stuff. We're making some soup.
You gotta love Joab though. He's the only dude I know that's scared of eating squash, yet he will try raw chicken to make sure that nobody puts salt on the raw chicken.
Tell them the story of the chicken, but tell them the story of the chicken though.
I've never seen anything like that in my life before.
But tell them the story of the chicken and why I did it. The reason is that we thought somebody seasoned the chicken and left it in the fridge ready for service. So I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't the deal. So I went and put the finger in the chicken and I tried it.
The slimy, it's like it was sticking to his finger and he's like,
oh my God, George, really?
No, there's no salt.
Anyway, this is looking good. Again, I want to roast it a little bit, give it some brown color to it. With the trimmings from the loin, what I did a quick sauce, pork sauce, which is on this side. You know, I roasted the beef, I roasted the pork, roasted the veggies, added a little bit of tomato paste, wine, bring it down. I did a wine reduction, and that's basically my sauce over here. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this over, and you can see what I'm trying to do with the squash. What's up, Shay? I'm so nervous. You can see me shaking because I'm dealing with this. Why? Because I'm allergic to it. So yes, I am nervous right now. Okay, so this is looking good. Again, with your squash, you could put the big dollop over here, but I don't want to do that. So I said I wasn't going fancy, but this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going with. Okay, so that's that. You go with one of the wedges on the side. If you want to use a bigger plate at home, you can. Why not?
The beautiful thing about this plate is you're going to say, hey, what? No vegetables? Only starch? Funny part is it's no starch. It's only vegetables, yet it's starchy vegetables.
But hold on a second. There's no starch on that.
I know that.
This
But it has the feeling of
It has
starch.
the feelings, yes. You're
So
right. I
it makes
misunderstood
your
what you
mind
said.
think that you're having, let's say, for example, a fancy mashed potato plus vegetables, yet it's all vegetables.
Yes.
Oh
all
my God, we're
veggies.
going full-blown vegan?
Not yet. Maybe next week.
If we subtract the dairy, the pork, the butter, and everything else we added into it, we're vegan.
Yeah. You know what? Next week we should have Eric over here. And we go vegan. No, I want to do steak next week. Or something, I don't know. What?
You have brownish colors and mustard colors.
Yes.
Very full colors. I'm very impressed.
Are you being sarcastic right now?
Not at all. It just came out.
You got the 2 pork loins. That's looking good. And what you do, extremely hot. Let me grab a towel. It's okay, it's not gonna release any of the stuff from there. So they're not your regular kitchen towels. And you can see right now that it's fully cooked, but it's also juicy.
Press on
You
it.
can see
Ooh,
on it
look
all
at
the
that.
juice
All
is
that
coming out.
moisture.
You understand?
It's moist.
So it's moist. I didn't bring the katana out, George.
Damn it.
Too late.
You forgot the samurai sword inside.
Yeah. Man, and this smells very good.
No, I mean, I like that, the new knives that we got, because they actually made them out of the same steel that Wolverine has in his claws.
So, fully cooked, juicy. Place them right on top of the squash. Okay? Place it right on top of the squash. Smells very good. My brother said he was coming, but he's not here. Sorry, brother. Another day. Okay, so you have some colors in there. Go ahead, Joy, show them.
Let me try this pork. Wow.
And I'm going with the pork sauce.
Oh, wow, that's good.
I'm gonna put that right there on top of it. And of course, I'm gonna add some of it on the side. I'm not finished. Sunflower seeds.
Dude, wow, that's good.
Sunflower seeds. And I'm going with some microgreen as well. Right on the center, right on top, everywhere. You know what? There you go. Fine dining dish made in 30, 45 minutes, whatever it is. At home, you guys can do this anytime in your house. So that's your dish for tonight. There you go. You guys can share that video. I want everybody to see it. Make sure you guys share the video. This is the first plating on it. Look at that. How's that looking? Yeah, very juicy. Katana with a K, Shane.
Yeah, it's made from edamame steel.
Damascus.
No, not the fancy one. The one that came out of Wolverine's claws. Edamame steel.
Okay, I'm going with the other plate now. George, so you like the loin?
Yeah, the pork is off the hook. The funny part is, you know how pork is usually, especially the loin, is so dry, and this reminds me of sirloin.
Of what?
Sirloin.
Sirloin?
Yeah. It tastes just like a New York strip.
Must be good.
I'm for real. I had to take like 3 pieces just to be sure that it was still pork.
I was looking for those pieces now.
I knew you would be looking for them.
I didn't even notice.
I can give them back to you if you want them.
No, I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm good. You know what? Go do it.
Give me 20 minutes. Let me finish the plate first. and
Okay, we'll finish the
I'll go
plate.
get them all out for you.
Shane wants to know how come you don't drink on the show anymore.
We forget, Shane.
We got reported, Shane. Tell the truth.
Okay,
We got reported.
we got reported on Facebook because there's kids watching our show where we're always cursing, and there's kids watching.
I don't know
us,
what's wrong
and
with
somebody
kids
reported us. Somebody reported us, Shane. That's what happened
What
with
kind of
us.
10-year-old watches a cooking show?
I don't get it, man.
I
They
don't get it
reported
either.
us. That's what happened
I
with
must
the
say that
drinking.
my 7-year-old watches cooking shows religiously and swears she can cook. And it's kind of getting scary at this point.
Again, go for the sauce right on top. Who?
Damon wants to see the apron.
Show him the apron. Hold on, Damon. I'm going there right now. And some of those microgreens. I'll put the microgreens on the side over here. And there you go. That's your other plate. Two different ways of plating. Big plate, smaller plate. Obviously, on the smaller plate, it's gonna look like more. This one looks more professional. So you guys decide what you guys want to do. Do me a favor, Shane. When you get the package, I want you to do the following. Please
Throw it in the garbage. Everything's expired.
Please, when you get the package, you're the first guy, the first fan that's getting the care package.
This is why we lost
Record it while you opening the package and send me the video. Again, record it, send me the video.
So-
it's gonna go on the page.
Yeah, let's
Okay?
get this straight, Sean. He's going to send you something, then he wants you to work.
Shane, come on. Do that. Do that for us, Shane. We want you to do that.